Hello to all. I, Dr. Pankaj Kumar Goswami, welcome you all in the Machine Learning Using Python tutorial series. So, in the last series, we have just talked about so many attributes of the function utilized in the programming. And as well as we have gone through numerous examples to really realize all of them. In this tutorial, we are moving to the next sections. In this section, we have a target to understand what Python facilitates to us. Previously, we were working about the scripts and the attributes of the Python language. Here we are looking for what exactly the modules, packages and libraries. So today we have a target to understand about the module, package and the libraries of the Python language. So those are new and watching this video first time, for them, we are using here Google Colab. Google Colab is an open source platform to facilitate you anywhere, at any place, at any time, without having a requirement of your net, a requirement of your laptop and your devices. So wherever you have an internet connection, you can easily go for the Google Colab. That's why I'm just preferring to work on that. Later on, we can execute the same things on another pre-installed softwares like the Jupyter, Spider and Python itself. So let's begin with this. So always we go with the Google Colab. So it is good to type up here Google Colab. So while those are working with us knows that we are creating all these learning within a common file that we have created previously. It's a firstproc.ipynb file. So I'm going to open this one. You can create your own new file. So rather than if you don't have a file or you're just watching this video first time, you can easily go for creating your own file. So while this file will be opening, we have a discussion on basically what exactly the modules are. So today we have a target to understand the module, package and the library. So here we are going to understand that. So here we have this basically all program being written over here that we already worked. So now this time we are moving ahead, creating code line. An important thing is that whenever you are starting with the Google Colab, creating your file name over here, whatever the name you wish to give, you can give up here. And don't forget to connect this. It is connecting your program file with the server. So we have a target here, hash, to understand about modules, packages and libraries. These basically the target we are going to study today. So let's begin with the first, what exactly the module is. So talking about basically the Python has a way to put a code definition in a file and use them in another script or directly in an interactive instance of the interpreter. Such a file is called a module. Definition from a module can be imported into other modules in the program that we code. So exactly the module is nothing but a kind of basically a small segment of a program that can be recalled anytime, anywhere, whenever it is being required. So this is a module. So let's begin it. So let's begin with like few standard libraries available in the Python. So what are basically these ones? So for the saving of our time, I'm just pasting it all here. For convenience, hash, using a hash so it won't give an error. So let's begin with that. So first of all, we are talking about what are the data sciences. So as machine learning and the Python we are using specifically for the purpose of data sciences, and we have some libraries, standard libraries available within the Python that need to be installed somewhere in some of the software platforms, but in general these are available. But importing of these files is really important if you wish to work within the same zone of that particular file. How does it work? We'll talk about that. So here we have so final we have here libraries talking about. First of all, we have a data science, so take care about that. NumPy, pandas, scipy and etc. We have for the graphics matplotlib. We'll exactly use that. It is a really good one. We'll go for this. And the Seaborn 2. Statistic, we have stats model. Machine learning, we have scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow and so many. Web scraping, we will go for the Scrapy and Beautiful Soap. GUI toolkit is also here. So PyGTK, PyQt, WXPython, etc. So basically, if you want to work in a specific module, these kind of files are required to be loaded or imported first. How you can go for? Let's begin with it. So if you feel that in your software browser where you are working on which platform you are working, and this kind of a file or library is not here, so the first of all, you can install it anytime using mark of explanatory pip and writing install pandas. For example, I'm just taking one example as a pandas. What are they and where they are useful? We'll talk later on. So well, requirement already satisfied. It means the panda is already available here. If it is not there, by using this particular command, you can install any external library which are basically the external attributes of the Python, like that. Similarly, you can go for easily for the NumPy and so on. Let's begin with it. Similarly, and another library which we have just taken here in the first from the data science is the NumPy, that can also be installed in the same way. Pip install your NumPy. So well, it shows that it has already a NumPy. The package is already installed here. So here let's begin with the working of these two. So let's begin first with the NumPy. How does it work? And what are basically the attributes of the NumPy here? So let's talk about this. So first of all, I'm just again making you clear, these are the external libraries which are here to make our data science more valuable and to more accurate regarding to the analysis. So we are getting a facilitation of these libraries by installing them in our open source platform where we are working on a Python coding. So here we have a NumPy first. So basically the NumPy is basically a core library of scientific computing in Python. It provides, remember about that, it provides a high performance multi-dimensional array, object and tools for working with these arrays. NumPy is a powerful n-dimensional array. It is basically a numerical Python. NumPy is a powerful n-dimensional array object which is a linear algebra for Python. NumPy array is essential, come in two flavors, vectors and the matrices. So we can work also vector as well as the matrices. So let's begin. How does it actually work with the help of some example. So first of all, whenever you wish to utilize your NumPy array, you can import it like that. So first of all, as I have already installed it here, now I am importing import NumPy as. Here you can provide your short name, how you wanted to call it is at. So the NumPy is utilized as, suppose that, NP. Now talking about this library facilitate us. Now NP dot creating an array. So this is a facilitation, and having this one using the square braces, it is creating an array for us and 3. Suppose that so many values you can have easily here. So it is basically creating one array. We have another thing. Meanwhile, let's retry it. So let's check out. So this np.array is facilitating us to create a one-dimensional array. Let's see it. So this is an array of 1, 2, 3. It is exactly being presented over here. Similarly, if suppose an array is required to be generated in a sequence dot using arrange 15 like that. So I've just used one thing. It is basically giving a numerical pi. All the contents of this np is arranging all from 0 to 15. It is helping us here. So it is given a value of the 0. So basically this is an attribute of NumPy array. So this is given and arranging it from 0 to 1. Similarly, more attributes and more scripts are here. Let's begin with more. Like another example, I'm using this script to arrange 15 and reshape 3 and 5. Let's see. So it is changing the dimension with this respect. See, from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, now it is a one-dimensional array over here. Now it has become 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and converting into basically another dimension. Similarly, you can create here. If you see, we have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 3 rows. So it is creating that a one-dimensional array can be reshaped into the two-dimensional array with respect to number of columns and rows. If you want to change all of them like that, so I'm just changing it for the 2 and creating it for the 10. So now I will be having basically the 2 rows and 10 columns. Just check it out. So well, as we basically have 15 numbers, so the 15 numbers cannot be converted into 10 and 2, so we have to think upon that. So we can change it another way, making it 5 and 3. That's possible. So here, so now we have basically the 5 rows and having a 3 columns. So depending upon the data elements data set, you can easily, this is what exactly the facility provided by this particular library function. Taking another example, having a new code line, and let's begin with that. As I have already import, but if you want to write it again for your program, so every time you have to go for this, but within a program, within a one file, you no need to go it repeatedly. So I'm just repeating it as np and starting it. Let's say I have a search in value. I'm just assigning in the function a np and dot creating an array. You have to use the parentheses, and if you want to create your array, you have to use the square braces for that. So I'm using this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I have just created. So now, if suppose I wish to print it, so I can easily go for the command print a, the first thing. Second, see what else I can do, the print, and then I'm looking for what exactly the type of a is here. Type of a, what kind of type it is. Next I can go for print a dot and dim. It means it tells you basically what is the dimension of array. It helps you to find out. So let's begin it and check it out, what response it gives to us. See, so 1 2 3 4 is basically, in the second it is a class of, it is telling you what exactly the type of a. So it is telling you this is basically a class of NumPy array, and talking about what is the dimension of this one, it is given an answer as a 1. More things you can go for. Print and looking for a shape. Check this one. Right, so basically it has a dimension just only having a basically 5 number of columns in a one row. This is what is giving. So it is giving a shape to you. Next, you can easily go for the length too. Print length of a. So it is a 5. So ultimately here the target is here. So if you are suppose creating your array under the library, predefined library of the NumPy, you have more number of available scripts like np.array, type, a, dimension, shape, and so many things are here that facilitate you to easily find out the data analysis among a ocean of data. So let's begin with some more scripts or the commands related with the NumPy. Let's again, we suppose we want to create something. So NP also facilitates us to create a spacing line, space. Let's we have number 1, 3 and 5. So suppose we have 1, 3 and 5. So see that it creates a spaced number. Let me check it once. So well, let's begin with this. So we have this command, we have just gonna add here np. So just take care about it is lin. It specifically come up here, it is linspace, and you can easily create your an array with specific distance. Suppose that I am starting an array, start value, it is giving a stop values and then giving a difference values. What is the basically difference values I'm just giving. So it can create an array like that. So it is showing you the array starting from 0 and reaching to the 1. So this is what value. So you can easily change up here to it's like that. Similarly, the changes you can easily do here, taking this 2, making this 20. It's like that. So from 0 to 2, it is creating equally spaced. It is creating from 0 to 2 equally spaced 20 lines up here. So that's all here. So that's all depends upon you. Suppose that you have here not the 2 but exactly the 100. That's like that. The 20 equally spaced values. So this is a direct attributes can be created. Next, we have suppose np dot I and 3. So it can create an identity matrix of 3. Similarly, number of the 2 dimension and the 1 dimension, exactly the thing is here, it has a large number of the library. You just type that np dot, you will be getting so many libraries and the functions that are available here. So like just if you type here simply np dot, it show you all the facilities whatever the exactly it exists. So you want to get the absolute value, you want to get the import, add, allow, and all these functions are available here that are basically the internal facility provided by the NumPy arrays. So these all are available here. With the help of all these, one can easily go for the different things. So putting this np show, np random as zeros, you wanted to create some zeros here, so it give you the value zeros like. So all these are available here. It means you can easily arrange and create your data as per your choice with the help of this numerical pi library of the Python. So in this video, my target is here to just only to introduce the NumPy as well as some export libraries. In the next video, we will go for the Panda, and then after we'll try to incorporate the real utility of all these libraries in the function and the dimensional arrays in the system. So till then, bye bye. So the next video we'll go for the pandas. Thank you. Take care about.